Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to my channel. All right, let's start. Are you wondering what the new TOEFL iBT test looks like? In this video, I'll break down the format of the exam, explain all 4 sections, reading, listening, speaking, and writing, and show you the question types you'll face. We'll also work through a full sample test together so you can see how everything works in real time and prepare more effectively. The TOEFL iBT 2026 is being fully redesigned to be shorter. Updates will apply from January 21st, 2026, introducing a shorter 90-minute adaptive TOEFL iBT. New speaking and writing tasks, a CEFR-aligned 1 to 6 band scoring scale, and faster score delivery within 72 hours. Reading and listening sections become adaptive. Writing and speaking sections get new task types and shorter formats. The first section is reading. Reading becomes adaptive and we don't have traditional long academic passages anymore. We've got new question types such as complete the words. We've got short tasks where you're feeling missing letters in words. Reading daily life. We have got short real-world texts such as emails, notices, and posters. And read an academic passage. We've got shorter and more focused text than before. About difficulty, these new question types tend to be shorter and quicker to read, requiring different skills than long academic passages, not necessarily harder, but different in pacing and strategy. Section 2, listening. Now adaptive. Listening tasks don't include long classroom lectures and campus conversations anymore. Now we have new mix of question types such as listen and choose a response, listen to a conversation, listen to an announcement, listen to an academic talk. Content focus. Clips are more real life, campus, everyday situations alongside academic talks. About the difficulty level, adaptive testing means you might get harder questions if you perform well, but overall, the section aims for precision rather than sheer volume. It's not simply harder, just more targeted. Section 3, writing. Writing is shorter now. It takes 23 minutes with about 12 tasks, including build a sentence, reorder words into a correct sentence set, write an email, practical writing for real contexts, and write for an academic discussion. This hasn't changed. Respond briefly in academic scenarios. About the difficulty level, the essay style independent task is replaced by practical and mixed tasks. This can feel easier for some, it's like shorter writing, of course, but harder for others because it focuses accuracy, grammar, and quick thinking. Part 4, speaking, the last section. We have 11 prompts in 8 minutes with 2 formats. Listen and repeat. There are 7 sentences. You hear short sentences and repeat them exactly. And second part, take an interview. There are 3 to 4 questions. You answer short interview style spoken questions. Difficulty? Well, these tasks emphasize fluency, pronunciation, and spontaneous responses instead of extended integrated tasks. So the type of challenge is different, not strictly harder. Are the questions in the new version of TOEFL iBT harder? Well, the reading and listening sections are adaptive. This means if you answer well, the questions may become harder. This is not to punish you, but to measure your real English level more accurately. The test is shorter and uses more real life tasks like reading emails or listening to everyday conversations. Many students may find this more practical and less tiring than long academic passages like previous versions. The speaking and writing sections focus on real communication. You are tested on how well you can express ideas clearly, not on memorizing complex formats. So in simple words, the new TOEFL is not just harder, it is different. It is faster, more adaptive, and focuses on using English in real life situations instead of long academic tasks. All right, let's do a complete test. This practice test aligns with TOEFL iBT tests from January 21st, 2026. It is not an exact replica of the actual test. Directions and questions have been adapted for harder format usability. We start with the reading section. In an actual test, you will answer up to 50 questions to demonstrate how well you understand academic and non-academic texts in English. There are 3 types of tasks: complete the words, read in daily life, and read an academic passage. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete Module 1. You can use next and back to move to the next question or return to previous questions within the same module. In an actual test, you will not be able to return to Module 1 once you have begun Module 2. Questions 1 to 10. Fill in the missing letters in the paragraph. We know from drawings that have been preserved in caves for over 10,000 years that early humans performed dances as a group activity. This word includes 5 letters and 3 letters are missing. And then the next word is think. Yes, it's a modal verb. We might. So M-I-G-H-T. We might think. The next word, that. T-H-A-T. Prehistoric. The next word, yes, people. P-E-O-P-L-E, concentrated on, yes, only, concentrated only on. The next word, basic. So B-A-S-I-C, survival. How? It's like one word, but it starts with how. Yes. However, even from punctuation, you can guess the word. However, it is clear. So the missing letter is S. It is clear from the record, R-E-C-O-R-D, that dancing, D-A-N-C-I-N-G, was important to them. They recorded more drawings of dances than of any other group activity. Dances served various purposes, including ritualistic communication with the divine, storytelling, and social cohesion. In the next part, we should read a notice and then answer 2 questions about that notice. Let's read the notice. Municipal charter. Sign up for paperless billing statements today. Safe, convenient, easy. Enroll in paperless billing to receive monthly savings account statements in an electronic PDF document. Access your municipal charter account through the mobile app and select account preferences in the upper right-hand corner to enroll. Now let me explain this notice in simple words. What is this message saying? Municipal Charter, it's a name of a bank, is asking customers to sign up for paperless billing. Paperless billing means you will not receive paper bills in the email. Instead, you will get your monthly account statements as a PDF file online. Why they recommend it? Because it is safe, it is easy, and it is convenient. And how to sign up? You can open the Municipal Charter mobile app, go to your account setting or preferences, look at the upper right corner of the screen and choose the option to enroll in paperless billing. In short, you can save paper and receive your bills online by signing up through the app. Question number 11. What type of business issued the notice? A, an internet provider. B, a computer company. C, a paper company. D, a bank. The answer is D, a bank, of course. Question number 12. How can customers enroll in paperless billing? A, by visiting a municipal charter office. B, by accessing the municipal charter website. C, by using the municipal charter app. And D, by calling a municipal charter customer service representative. The correct answer is, as it is mentioned in the notice, by using the municipal charter app. Next question, read a social media post. Sophia Baker. Every Saturday, our local farmers market is the place to be. Fresh fruits, veggies, homemade goodies, and unique crafts await you. The Thompson family's organic produce is a must-try, known for its quality and cordial service. Their stall is always bustling with customers eager to buy fresh, pesticide-free vegetables from the welcoming staff. Don't miss the bakery stall. Get there early for the best bread and pastries, including the gluten-free and vegan options. The smell of freshly baked goods fills the air, and these treats sell out fast. In addition to food, the market sells handmade crafts like jewelry, pottery, and textiles. These unique items make perfect gifts and support local artisans. Plus, enjoy live music while you shop. Talented local musicians help create a vibrant atmosphere, and the community spirit makes it a delightful experience for all. See you there. Okay, there are 3 questions about this social media post. Question number 13. What is the main purpose of the post? A, to explain the benefits of organic farming. B, to describe the variety of products available at the farmers market. C, to compare different farmers markets in the area. D, to offer advice on starting a stall at the farmers market. And the answer is B. Question number 14. What reason is given for popularity of the Thompson family's stall? A, they offer cooking tips and recipes. B, they offer the lowest prices at a market. C, they provide friendly service and excellent products. D, they have a beautiful and well-decorated stall. And the answer is C. They provide friendly service and excellent products. Question number 15. Why do customers go to the bakery stall early? A, to get the free samples given in mornings. B, to get freshly baked bread and pastries before they are gone. C, to meet the famous baker. D, to take advantage of early morning discounts. And the answer is B, to get freshly baked bread and pastries before they are gone. Okay, we've got another text here. This text is a little bit longer than the previous ones. After reading the text, we'll answer questions 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Let's read the text together. Very young children cannot recognize themselves in mirror. They usually achieve this milestone around 18 months of age. The ability to recognize oneself in the mirror is considered to be a key component of self-awareness and consciousness for humans. But what about animals? For many years, scientists have known that members of the great ape family could recognize themselves in mirrors. They measured this by the mirror test, which involved putting a colored mark on an ape's body and then showing the ape its reflection in a mirror. If the ape tried to remove the mark on its body, on its own body, the scientists knew that the ape was recognizing its reflection. Apes are close relatives of humans, but in recent years, scientists have discovered that other animals also pass the mirror test. Elephants and dolphins have shown signs of self-recognition. These, like apes, are highly intelligent animals, but in a more recent experiment, a type of fish called the cleaner fish tried to scrape a mark off its body when it saw itself in the mirror. This suggests that even less intelligent animals may possess more self-awareness than previously suspected. Okay, go through the text one more time, skim the text, and after that we'll answer 5 questions. Time to answer the questions. Question number 16. What is the passage mainly about? A, stages of early childhood development. B, research on animal cognition. C, differences between apes, elephants, and dolphins. D, recent experiments on fish. The correct answer is B, research on animal recognition. Question number 17. The word milestone in the first sentence is closest in meaning to, let's read the sentence. Okay, the sentence says, they usually achieve this milestone around 18 months of age. So the word milestone means A, accomplishment. Question number 18. Why did scientists put colored marks on animals' bodies? A, it made it possible to track the animals' movements. B, it helped them determine whether the animals recognize themselves. C, it made it easier to tell the animals apart. D, it showed whether some animals can detect color differences. And the answer is B. It helped them determine whether the animals recognized themselves. Question number 19. According to the passage, all of the following are true about elephants except A, they can recognize themselves in mirrors. B, they are highly intelligent animals. C, they possess qualities in common with apes. D, they understand certain signs from other animals. The correct answer is D. They understand certain signs from other animals. So it means that A, B, and C are true, but D is the wrong sentence about elephants. Question number 20 is the last question for this part. Why does the author mention cleaner fish? A, to suggest that a wide range of animals may possess self-awareness. B, to imply that ocean animals are highly intelligent. C, to demonstrate a flaw in a recent experiment. D, to provide an example of an animal that does not recognize itself. And the correct answer is A, to suggest that a wide range of animals may possess self-awareness. All right, we are done with Module 1. And now let's start reading section Module 2. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete Module 2. You can use next and back to move to the next question, or return to previous questions within the same module. Questions 1 to 10, fill in the missing letters in the paragraph. The human brain is a complex organ responsible for controlling all bodily functions and enabling thought, emotion, and memory. It is divided into, because the preposition for the verb divide is into, several regions, each with th, specific roles. The cerebrum, the next word is its largest part is involved in cognitive functions. Next word is such as reasoning, planning, and language. The cerebellum coordinates movement and balance, while the brain stem controls vital bodily functions like breathing and heart rate. Together, they enable the brain to perform its various tasks. All right, in this part, we've got another email. We read the email, and after that, we'll answer questions 11 and 12 in Module 2. The email is to this person, the email address from this person, date is this, and subject, art workshop reservation confirmation. Dear Ms. Edwards, the reservation for the art workshop that you made on September 10th has been confirmed. The workshop will take place on September 20th at 3 p.m. All necessary arts supplies will be provided, but please bring your own apron or smock. Best regards, Laura Brett. Question 11. When is the date of the art workshop? September 10th, September 12th, September 20th, and September 30th. Yeah, this question is quite easy. The answer is quite clear. C, September 20th. Number 12, what should Ms. Edwards bring to the workshop? A payment method, extra paint, a protective garment, proof of reservation. The answer is C, a protective garment. Okay, there is another email. This email is a little bit longer. After reading it, we should answer questions 13, 14, and 15. Let's read the email together. To this person, from this person. Subject, you're invited. Bring friends and family to our grand opening. Dear Ms. Nguyen, I hope I'm not wrong with the pronunciation of this name. We are excited to invite you and your friends and family to the grand opening of our new branch at 25 Orchid Street, happening next Monday. This event is a great opportunity to explore our state-of-the-art facility featuring top-tier equipment, energizing group classes, and expert personal training. This celebration exclusively for our valued members and their guests will include guided tours, live fitness demonstrations, and complimentary refreshments. It's the perfect chance to experience our community-focused approach to wellness and introduce others to a space designed for all fitness levels. Bring your friends and family. We are offering a special one-day only discount on memberships for all attendees. For questions or to RSVP, contact our customer service team at 555-1234. Warm regards, John Parker. Question number 13. What is the main purpose of the email? A, to attract customers to a new fitness center. B, to provide Ms. Nguyen with an opportunity to provide expert personal training. To celebrate Ms. Nguyen's achievements in wellness. D, to announce a discount available for fitness center members. And the answer is A, to attract customers to a new fitness center. Question number 14. What can be inferred from Ms. Nguyen's relationship with a fitness center? A, she helps the fitness center to organize activities. B, she has already explored the new facility. C, she's a member at one of the fitness center's other locations. D, she's new to using fitness centers and exercise equipment. And the answer is yes, C. She's a member at one of the fitness center's other locations. Question number 15. The new fitness center is intended for use by which of the following groups of people? Expert personal trainers. B, top-tier athletes. C, existing fitness center members. D, community members of all fitness levels. And the answer is D, community members of all fitness levels. And finally, the last text, the paradox of choice. The paradox of choice, a concept popularized by psychologist Barry Schwartz, suggests that more options can lead to less satisfaction. While the freedom to choose is fundamental to consumer culture, an overabundance of choices from groceries to electronics can overwhelm individuals, causing anxiety and decision fatigue. This paradox implies that the vast array of possibilities available today might actually diminish consumer contentment as the fear of making the wrong choice looms large. Research supports this notion. In an experiment, psychologist Sheena Langer found that shoppers were more likely to purchase jam when offered 6 varieties instead of 24. The limited selection eased the decision process, reducing the pressure to find a perfect option and making the experience more enjoyable. This phenomenon reveals that fewer choices can sometimes make consumers happier, which is a valuable insight for marketers and retailers aiming to boost satisfaction by curating their offerings. The paradox also has broader implications. In individualistic cultures where personal choice is highly valued, the burden of decision making can be significant. Conversely, collectivist cultures, which often provide fewer choices, report higher levels of contentment. This dynamic suggests that understanding cultural differences in consumer psychology can help businesses optimize their product strategies and enhance overall well-being. Question number 16. Which of the following best states the main idea of the passage? A. Effective marketing strategies focus on increasing product options. B. Modern consumer culture is driven by a demand for fewer products. C. Individualism enhances consumer contentment. D. Limiting consumer choices can lead to higher satisfaction. And the correct answer is D, of course. Limiting consumer choices can lead to higher satisfaction. Question number 17. What is the effect of decision fatigue as mentioned in the passage? A. Desire to make the same choices as other consumers. B. An anxiety about making the wrong choice. C. Preference for consumer cultures. D. Enhanced freedom to choose. And the correct answer is B. An anxiety about making the wrong choice. Question number 18. Why does the author mention Sheena Langer's experiment? A. To highlight the effectiveness of marketing strategies. B. To explain the methodology used in consumer psychology. C. To provide evidence supporting the paradox of choice. D. To criticize abundance of products in modern markets. And the correct answer is C. To provide evidence supporting the paradox of choice. Question number 19. The word curating in the passage is closest meaning to, let's read the sentence together, which is valuable insight for marketers and retailers aiming to boost satisfaction by curating their offerings. So the word curating in this paragraph means B, organizing. And question number 20 is the last question. What can be inferred about consumers in collectivist cultures? A, they tend to report lower levels of satisfaction. They are more affected by the paradox of choice. They generally have fewer choices available. They prefer individual decision making. And the correct answer is C. They generally have fewer choices available. Okay, let's start the listening section. In the listening section, you will answer up to 47 questions to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. There are 3 types of tasks. Listen and choose a response. Listen to a conversation. Listen to announcements and academic talks. You will not be able to return to previous questions. Listening section, module 1. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete each question. You can use next, move to the next question. You will not be able to return to previous questions. Questions 1 to 8, you will hear short conversations, and then after that, you choose the best response. Don't forget that in the actual test, you don't see the transcript, but here we have written the transcript as well. But in the actual test, you will just see options A, B, C, D. So let's listen to each of these conversations and choose the correct answer.
Didn't I just see you in the library an hour ago?
Okay, the woman says, didn't I just see you in the library an hour ago? Which response is the correct one? A, as a matter of fact, I was returning a book. B, yes, you can find it in the reference section. C, I don't think I'll have enough time to do that. D, actually, I think I can get there a little earlier. Yeah, the best response is A. Now that you know how to answer this question, for questions 2 to 8, I do not answer the questions. You can answer them themselves. But at the end of each question, you will see the answer. Good luck.
Where is the nearest bus stop?
How do I contact customer service? I'm afraid I'm not available this evening. Isn't the post office open today?
Six, if you need me, just text. Seven, so the store is open for business all weekend? 8, did you attend the seminar?
'Need anything from the supermarket?'
Huh, aren't we getting ready to go see that play in a few minutes?
That's tomorrow.
Oh, wow. I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Guess I don't need to change my clothes after all.
So you weren't planning to prepare dinner?
No, but I can. What do you want?
Just something light and healthy. So, can you go shopping instead?
Yeah, sure. How about salmon and salad? Want anything else?
No, that's good. Thanks.
Did you see the maintenance request about the air conditioning?
Yes, I called the technician this morning. They said someone should be here shortly.
That's a relief. It's getting uncomfortably warm in here.
I know, I called as soon as I noticed. Hopefully, it's just a minor issue and they can get it working again without too much delay. In the meantime, why don't you go out to lunch early? Maybe it'll be better when you get back.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am excited to inform you that Dr. Cynthia Palmer, a renowned expert in environmental science, will be giving a guest lecture next Monday at 2 p.m. in Waldman Auditorium. Dr. Palmer will discuss the latest advancements in sustainable energy solutions and their impact on global climate change. due to her popularity and the high interest in her work. I highly recommend arriving early to secure a seat.
Did you see that new thriller movie that came out last week? I did and loved it. The action, the plot twists. I was totally captivated. Time just flew by. Not a single thought occurred to me that was unrelated to the movie. What I experienced is what psychologists call hard fascination. Hard fascination means intense focus and concentration. Whether it's TV programs, video games, hard fascination is all too easy to come by in this modern world. There's another type of fascination, soft fascination. There's still effortless attention, meaning that no special effort is required for you to stay focused, but there's still room for other thoughts. When I take a walk in the park and look at the flowers and trees, for example, I might be thinking in the back of my mind about my dinner plans. Now, one thing to know is hard fascination causes mental fatigue. The mind is so intensely focused that it gets tired fast. What follows mental fatigue? You might find yourself easily distracted, irritable, and stressed. Soft fascination, in contrast, engages a different part of the brain, the DMN, or default mode network, which soothes the mind and helps combat mental fatigue. So next time you feel like your mind is on overload, turn off the TV, put down your phone. Take a walk, or simply sit and stare at the clouds.
All right, we are done with listening section module 1 and let's start listening section module 2. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete each question. You can use next, move to the next question. You will not be able to return to previous section. Okay, listen to each sentence and choose the best response. Of course, in the actual test, you don't see the transcript, but in these questions, we have written it. The woman says, "Who is the new manager?" And which one is the best response? Two, when is the due date for the report? Three, I'm going to get some groceries. 4, would you like a copy of my notes? 5, Sammy and Layla are on their way to the cafe. 6. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the job candidates. Seven, how much does expedited shipping cost? 8, if you need more information, contact Ms. Lee.
I'm trying to decide whether to get a smartphone or a tablet. What do you think?
It depends on what you need it for. If you want something portable and easy to use on the go, a smartphone is better.
That's true, but I like the larger screen on a tablet for watching videos and reading.
In that case,
I better think about it some more. Attention everyone. The student lounge will be closed tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. for maintenance. We will be repairing a broken pipe in the ceiling. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Please plan accordingly and consider using the library or the campus cafe during this time. An ecological footprint is a measure of the environmental impact of an individual, community, or country. It calculates the amount of natural resources consumed and the waste generated by human activities, usually expressed in global hectares. By comparing ecological footprints, we can understand how different lifestyles and practices contribute to resource depletion and environmental degradation. For instance, the ecological footprint of someone living in a developed country is typically larger than that of someone living in a developing country, mainly due to higher consumption levels and waste production. Factors such as energy use, transportation, food consumption, and housing play significant roles in determining the size of an ecological footprint. Understanding ecological footprints is crucial for promoting sustainability. It helps identify areas where changes can be made to reduce environmental impact. For example, if you consume locally produced foods, you'll likely reduce your ecological footprint because less energy will be used for transporting that food. Governments and organizations can use ecological footprint data to develop policies aimed at achieving sustainable development. I'll discuss some examples of that next.
Okay, now let's start writing section. In the writing section, you will answer up to 12 questions. To demonstrate how well you can write in English, there are 3 types of tasks. Build a sentence, write an email, and write for an academic discussion. The first question in the reading section, build a sentence. Move the words in the boxes to create grammatical sentences. A clock will show you how much time you have to complete this task. Number 1, what was the highlight of your trip? And the person answers. There are some words here. We should unscramble the words to make a complete sentence. The sentence starts with the and finishes with fantastic. So the correct sentence is, the tour guides who showed us around the old city were fantastic. Number 2, I heard Anna got a promotion. So the next, the person actually asks a question. She asks, or he asks, do you know if she will be moving to a different department? Question number 3, we are planning a trip to the mountains next weekend. So the other person asks, can you tell me whether the cabins will be available? Question number 4, I'm looking forward to the concert this weekend. And the other person asks, what time does it start? Question 5, the museum exhibition opens next month. The other person asks, do you know how much tickets will cost? Number 6, I'm planning to go to the beach tomorrow. And the other person asks, what is the water temperature like this time of year? Question 7, I need to buy groceries today. Do you have a shopping list? A pretty easy one. Number 8, I'll be taking a cooking class this weekend. What recipes will you learn? Number 9, what did Maria ask you about the book you're reading? She wanted to know where she could buy a copy. Number 10, how did you prepare for the exam? I used the study guide that was provided by the professor. In this section, you must write an email. You will read some information and use the information to write an email. You will have 7 minutes to write the email. A new poetry magazine has asked its readers for submissions, and you decided to submit 2 of your poems. However, you had a problem using the online submission form, and you are not certain that your submissions were received. Write an email to the editor of the magazine. In your email, do the following. Tell the editor what you like about the new magazine. Describe the problem you experienced. Ask about the status of your submissions. Write as much as you can and in complete sentences. Your response to editor @sunshinepoetrymagazine.com. Subject, problem using submission form. Okay, let's read a sample email. Subject, problem using submission form. Dear editor, I hope you're doing well. I'm writing because I recently tried to submit 2 of my poems to Sunshine Poetry magazine, and I want to make sure they were received successfully. I truly enjoy your new magazine. I especially like the fresh themes, the clear layout, and the way you feature both new and experienced poets. The variety of voices and the styles make the magazine inspiring to read, and it encouraged me to submit my own work. Unfortunately, I experienced a problem with the online submission form. After uploading my poems and clicking the submit button, the page froze and then refreshed. I did not receive a confirmation message or email, so I am unsure whether my submissions went through correctly. Could you please let me know if my 2 poems were received? If not, I would be happy to resubmit them or follow any instructions you recommend. Thank you very much for your time and assistance. I appreciate the work you do to support poets and look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Parvana. Write for an academic discussion. This is our last task in the writing section. A professor has posted a question about a topic and students have responded with their thoughts and ideas. Make a contribution to the discussion. You will have 10 minutes to write. Your professor is teaching a class on social studies. Write a post responding to the professor's question. In your response, you should do the following: express and support your opinion. Make a contribution to the discussion in your own words. An effective response will contain at least 100 words. Volunteerism refers to the act of offering your time and service without financial compensation to benefit a community, organization, or cause. While many people volunteer mainly to help others, some institutions have mandatory volunteer programs. High schools are one example, where students may be required to complete a certain number of volunteer hours to graduate. What do you think? Should high school students be required to do volunteer work? Why? Why not? The first student says, yes, I think high schools should require volunteer hours because it helps students build a sense of civic responsibility. Many teenagers don't naturally think about helping others, and this requirement can introduce them to the idea that their time and effort can make a real difference in the lives of others. The second student says, I don't think volunteer hours should be required because many students already have limited free time. Some have part-time jobs or take care of younger siblings after school. Adding a mandatory volunteer requirement could create extra stress and make it harder for those students to balance their existing responsibilities. We've got a sample answer here. There are 140 words in the sample. I believe that high school students should be required to complete some volunteer work, but the requirement should be flexible. I agree with the first student that volunteerism can help teenagers develop a sense of civic responsibility and understand the importance of contributing to their communities. Many students may not choose a volunteer on their own, so a requirement can expose them to meaningful experiences and help them grow personally and socially. However, the second student makes an important point about students who already have heavy responsibilities, such as part-time jobs or family duties. For these students, strict volunteer requirements could create stress. Therefore, schools should allow different forms of service, including community work connected to students' existing responsibilities. This balanced approach encourages volunteerism while respecting students' individual situations. Okay, we are done with the writing section and now we can start the speaking section. In the speaking section, you will answer up to 11 questions to demonstrate how well you can speak English. There are two types of tasks. One, listen and repeat. You listen and repeat what you heard. Two, take an interview. You answer questions from the interviewer. Okay, the first question, listen and repeat. You will listen as someone speaks to you. Listen carefully and then repeat what you have heard. The clock will indicate how much time you have to speak. No time for preparation will be provided. One important point, you cannot see the transcripts on the actual test, but in this test, you can see them as well. So you listen to each sentence and then you repeat after the beep. Question 1. You're learning to welcome visitors to the zoo. Listen to your manager and repeat what she says. Repeat only once. These are the sentences of trainer. Repeat after them. We have a variety of wildlife. Bears, wolves, and large cats are to the right. You can find sea lions and elephants further down the path. Please, no outside food or drinks, and do not feed the animals. Avoid banging or tapping on the displays and enclosures. For those with children, we offer summer camps and educational opportunities. The Visitors Center, located near the front entrance, can give you more information. Okay, let's start the interview section. Take an interview. An interviewer will ask you questions. Answer the questions and be sure to say as much as you can in the time allowed. No time for preparation will be provided. Now the question. You have agreed to take part in a research study about urban life. You will have a short online interview with a researcher. The researcher will ask you some questions. And now the interview starts. First, we have got the interviewer's question. After that, I pause. You've got some seconds to answer. And then we go to the next question of the interviewer. There are about 4 questions that the interviewer asks you. Let's start with the first one. Thank you for speaking with me today. I'm conducting a study about people's experiences and perceptions of living in a city. I'd like to ask you some questions. Now, do you currently live in a big city or a small town or a village? The second question, great. Cities affect people in different ways. Some people find cities dynamic and exciting. Others find that cities are overwhelming and drain them of energy. What kind of reaction do you have to cities? Why do you think you react in this way? Okay, the next question. Okay, next, I'd like to ask your opinion. Some people believe that those who live in cities lead more interesting lives. They would argue, for example, that people who live in cities have more access to professional opportunities and interesting leisure activities. Do you agree that people who live in cities lead more interesting lives? Why or why not? And the last question. Good points. Let me ask you one final question. For some time now, researchers have been interested in whether green spaces such as parks make people who live in cities happier. Do you think that city governments should create more parks in urban areas to promote a general sense of happiness and life satisfaction? Why or why not? Okay, everyone, congratulations. You're done with a complete TOEFL IBT test. My name is Parvane and I am a TOEFL IBT instructor. I help students improve their reading, listening, speaking, and writing skills and prepare effectively for the TOEFL exam. If you need online TOEFL lessons, personalized study plans, or help with practice tests and strategies, feel free to contact me by email. I would be happy to support you and answer your questions. Contact me on butterflyfreelancer84@gmail.com. See you. Good luck. Bye bye.